Hello dissenters, my name is Italix and I am here today back in Banished with some more upgrades for the town of Boulderline in the hopes of getting it closer and closer to becoming what we might call a city. It's not even really a town right now, we've only got less than 40 people. I say that it's a town/village once we get over 50 people. That's my artificial barrier. I'm building a hunting cabin out here to the east. I guess it's the east. There's a way to tell. We can just simply open up the map and figure out which way is actually east. So it's southeast of where our town is currently located, but we're going to look at the world from this angle as the baseline. So for me, this is the east because it just feels the most normal to use the river as... I digress. We're also making another bridge to stretch across this island. Right here, you can see it's under construction. And the point of this is to eventually build another forester's lodge out here in the middle of this thick forest. And that's just going to be a nice place, kind of a little bit away from civilization, but close enough where they can contribute to the logging and the stored logs. I actually have some right now, so that is a huge improvement. Woodcutter doing her thing as fast as she can. We're outpacing the woodcutter, which is great. Food is in short supply, which is why out here I am creating the hunting cabin, which is going to help us with that food source, as well as give us some new leather in order to craft some more clothing here at the tailor. So let's change the clothing limit to 50 for now, and that's going to allow the tailor to continue working. We can make more clothes, maybe even send those clothes over to the trading post, and then use those to trade with if a boat ever shows up, so that we can get some seeds. The trees and the obstructions are currently being removed, and then they will start construction with our surplus of materials. Thankfully, we still have a ton of stone and a ton of iron, and eventually we are going to build a quarry somewhere around here, and we're going to build a mine into this mountain, and we're going to start building all sorts of stuff. While they are doing those things, let's go ahead and work on the roads. So what I'm thinking of, I'll go ahead and give you my plan, my little outline here. I want a market somewhere around here, just to kind of centralize the town so we can continue building out this way. It's going to be one kind of lengthy town. We can build a little bit up here and maybe a little bit up here, but it's going to be pretty big lengthwise. I want a market and then a bunch of houses surrounding the market and maybe a square. That sounds kind of cool to me. So to do that, we're going to have to make sure we keep 4 spaces free for the home. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where the home is going to be, so the road should be right on the other side of it, and we'll worry about the proper length here in a second. And we're also going to make 2 roads connecting to these in the center. So here we have the first phase of expansion. We've got 5 homes. I've expanded it just slightly, and I've got a 2-wide road going all the way around this. Now, here's kind of the issue with my building plan right now. We're going to eventually have to move things out of the way, or maybe delete things altogether, because this is prime real estate for part of the city, and again, over here is prime real estate as well, filling all this in. But I kind of want this to be the center of town, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. We could build tunnel systems over through the mountains. That might be cool, having a little valley town. Oh my goodness, the ideas are running rampant right now. But let me show you what I kind of have in store. It's going to expand probably this high. So it's going to really cut into the Forester's Lodge and hunting cabin, but hopefully they will still... Oh, the hunting cabin's done. I just realized. So since the hunting cabin is done, we need to pause the game and worry about getting some more people. There's only 3 hunters at the moment, so let's fix that and go ahead and create 5 hunters total. That'll leave us with 1 laborer. That should be enough. Our food is kind of steady right now, but those extra hunters should really push it over the top. And in addition, we're going to be getting a lot more leather now. So all good things because we have a lot of stored clothing. So let's go ahead and put 20 coats here in the inventory for the trading post. May as well take some of those out to make some more room so that they can create some more. That sounds good. And it looks like our woodcutter is actually at the production limit. They have 200 stored firewood. That is great. Let's bump this up to 250 just because we can, so they can go back to work, because more is better and we can always trade it in the future if we have way too much. So good stuff. Now let's figure out where to place the market, shall we? I got the game paused here because I figured out how I kind of want this to be arrayed, how I want this to be lined up. We've got 5 homes in total in these little slots, and I'm going to place the market right here and then have it this whole side mirrored on the opposite end. The idea being, if the market is centralized, what the market is used for is a localized area for citizens to collect food, tools, and fuel. So it just makes sense to have the citizens around the market and then have jobs elsewhere. I like this idea. So the market is quite a large building, as you can see. It takes up quite a lot of room, and my goal here is to kind of centralize it here. I think there's an even number of spaces on each side, 6 on the left and 6 on the right. So this is going to look pretty good, I think, if we just plop it down right there. All right, I like that well enough. And then we're going to create the road all around it. And I'm just going to, like I said, just leave the game paused until we make sure that this is absolutely perfect. Too wide all the way around. Don't just ignore those little splotches of where I accidentally built a road and didn't realize it. So there should be perfect little cubby holes in here for more homes. And let's see if they do indeed fit. Yes, they do. Okay, so that's going to look nice. We'll just have the homes kind of right out here on the water, and maybe some more buildings right behind it if we can fit that in. And we're also going to have a town hall, so let's make sure to pause this right now. We don't want the market to be constructed just yet. And since I'm speaking of the town hall, let's take a look at where this 124 stone, 48 iron, 62 logs. Wow, that is going to take a while to create. And I'm just going to go ahead and get it ready to go. I think it's going to go right there. And we'll put this on pause as well. So now you can see kind of how this city is going to start expanding in this direction. It's going to be looking nice. And yes, we are going to be infringing upon these two structures, but they will continue to work for now, and eventually we will move them if necessary. So let's unpause construction on these two homes just so we can start getting some more citizens, some more people, some more babies, and we're going to want to eventually expand this way, but luckily I've got the buildings already. The road is going in right now. What are those? What is he carrying? Pause the game. Who is this? Farius, the 10-year-old, is carrying venison and leather. 60 pounds? I don't know if that's pounds, but it's 60 pounds of venison. You are a strapping young 10-year-old. Farius is training to be a bodybuilder when he grows up. While construction on the road systems continue, there's only a few more left to build apparently. Let's take a look at some of our housing and some of the people that live inside of our homes. Look at this large family, Curtis and Nineveh. Nineveh. I don't know. I'm sorry if that's your name, but it's a weird name. Let's be honest. Just like Cedric and Wernest. Arlyle is a 46-year-old, 51-year-old Tan Janie, 56 and 58, Skylin and old Felicity, maybe the oldest family currently in Boulderline, Gilbert and Migdalian kind of combating them for that title. So some oldies here. I'm, again, not sure when they die, but we're getting close to 60 years old for some of these people. So death is still possible. It's not far away. We might want to consider where to put a cemetery. So that's going to be our next goal after construction of a schoolhouse. I think it is time to build a schoolhouse because this is going to educate the citizens to be more productive. The old people, the educated ones, are getting close to dying. And that's not good, obviously. So let's place this in right in here, tuck it in kind of close to the town center. I know there's a little bit of extra space right there, but it's fine. It's not a huge deal. We can even build road there in the future if we want to. And this is something we're not going to pause because I want this to be built now before people start dying. There's a whole bunch of children being born at the moment, and it appears that I have closed this menu by accident. There it is. Okay, so we've got 7 kids at the moment. Good stuff. We got to be able to teach them. We got to be able to bring them up in the ways of education, and that's going to make them work faster. So they're going to build things faster. They're going to be better at fishing. They're going to be better at hunting. At least that's the idea. So it just seems like a great building to start working on right now. Estonwall, excuse me, named after Estonewall Jacksoni. He is here just to check things out, see how the development of the schoolhouse is going. The kids are starting to get interested, and what's going to be curious is if only kids go there, or if, like in SimCity, every adult goes to school. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I guess some of these really uneducated old people could stand to learn a thing or two if they're... What happens if all the educated people are dead when you make a school? Do they just get smart anyways, or do you have to have smart people to make other smart people? That would make a schoolhouse interesting, because you'd have to keep tabs on how many smart people are still alive, and if your town becomes overrun by dummies, then what's going to happen? No citizens are available to work at this location, so let's make one. There we go. We've got a teacher. We've got a schoolhouse. Oh, that looks so nice. The first new building. This is actually the first town services building we've created. So that's exciting. Let's see if we can find where our teacher is. Who is our teacher? Let's follow our teacher around and see where she's going. She's working right now, so she's heading to the schoolhouse. We can exit follow mode and see who is doing the teaching. Someone who's not educated. Isatina, the uneducated teacher, the 40-year-old. I'm just imagining what they're teaching in this school. So today we're going to be learning about fishing, children. First you get a stick, and then you get a string, and then you attach the stick to the string, and then you throw the stick in the water. Oh, at the bottom of the screen it says Dillip has become a student, so the dudes actually become students. Interesting. So let's see, how do we find Dillip? That is the question. I don't see any way. Okay, if we just figure out what house he lives in, then we can find him. Maybe there's an easier way to do this, I'm not sure. Hold everything! Pause the game! Wernest the Gatherer has died of old age. The first death in Boulderline. Wasn't Wernest, he was in one of these homes, I don't remember which one, we just looked at him, but I forget. Arlisle has replaced Wernest as a gatherer, so if your people die, you lose the laborers because they have to fill in their spots. Where's the body? Is there a way to, like, click on this? I don't know how to figure out where the body is. I don't know if he's just dead in the street somewhere or what. If you guys see it, you have a keener eye than I have, I'm afraid. Okay, so how do we go about building a cemetery? Let's see if we can figure. Here's a cemetery. It's 1 stone per unit of length. I don't know. I think 15 by 10 is a reasonable size. We can extend it just a little bit. Oh, okay, 20. Let's just make it 20 by 10. We'll make it bigger lengthwise. And I see an entrance, and let's try to make sure that the entrance is facing the road. And they should start clearing away these trees, creating the cemetery. Maybe too big. I'm not sure. It's going to cost 56 stone. They're going to have to, but they're going to remove a bunch of trees, so we're going to get some other resources out of this. All right, well, we had the first death in the family of Boulderline. That is a terribly sad time. Let's take a moment to remember Wernest the Gatherer. He was a very good gatherer. He gathered lots of things. You can see all the things he gathered. Mushrooms and onions and roots, and he knew his onions and roots. He knew what they looked like, and he knew which ones were poison, and he only fed the poison ones to one other person, so he was pretty good by most gatherer standards. They have a tendency to poison people, you see. Let's take a look at the cemetery, see how construction is progressing. Go ahead and speed this process up a bit, just to see it as it advances, because I just enjoy so much watching these buildings come to fruition, the stone walls being created, and what is this? A merchant has arrived at a trading post, and he seems to have erased my little notification tab. It would seem that Doreen, the resource merchant, only has ale, which we're not going to buy any of right now, even though we could stand to have some happiness. We'll work on ale in the future. We need some seeds first, so we want to save our materials and resources to buy something important. Okay, I don't know what to watch, because I want to see if the boat leaves mysteriously, and I think the cemetery is complete. 0 of 54 graves. Look at this. Who is this? Who is this child? Haimani, the 5-year-old, idling in the cemetery. Very morbid of you, Haimani. The boat is gone. It disappeared as mysteriously as it came. I'm assuming it doesn't go. It does go up the river. We found it. He's paddling so hard. That one man paddling that giant boat full of ale off screen. He's following the river. I am really excited that that is the detail. I was hoping that it didn't just disappear. Goodbye, trader. I'm sorry I did not trade with you, but bring other people back with spices and herbs and seeds for me to grow and animals for me to raise. Where's my city? I've lost it. Can someone help me? This is apparently the popular hangout spot here in the cemetery. I don't know why, but it is really creeping me out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're looking forward to the next episode of Banished, where we expand Boulderline even further. Hopefully we can do some trading. If you're enjoying this series and you want to see more like it, please support it by leaving a like on this video and your comments, your thoughts below. I would appreciate that very much. Follow me on Twitter for more Banished updates. When and if I can do episodes, if I do new episodes, that will be the first place that I update you, as well as any other videos, games, and even Banished streams in the future. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Italics, and I will see you next time.